Hi everybody, so I'm Rashid. I will go over this in this video over two things. One kind of syllabus web courses, and the second part will be in Alex. So you get an overview of the two platforms you'll be working with, and of course you need kind of like read the syllabus and read the materials, create your account in Alex, and from there you'll start working. So when you log into the page, your kind of homepage will look a little bit different than mine, but it is, you will have these links. This page will have my messages for the course, like this video and another video. The course syllabus we'll see in a minute. The announcements, please click on announcements page and go through the announcements, because some of the stuff you may have question about, it's already announced, or some questions are already in syllabus. So that's why it's important to go through in details about these. And of course, if there are other questions left, then let me know. Open weekly content or modules. Modules can be accessed from here. You also have some navigation here for these. Web courses technical support and Alex technical support. So these you can use. So for now, let's go into the course syllabus. You'll find that unfortunately we're not meeting on campus this time. We always had summer be on campus. So we redesigned the course to be for remote instruction. And we hope that we can do the best we can with the setting that we have. But we have been, of course, like myself, I've been teaching online for a while. So it's not something new. It just to give you the idea, this course was done on campus, not necessarily online during summer. But it was offered online, of course, during spring and fall. And last time I thought it was spring 2019 for this for the online, and last spring I had face-to-face, and we switched to remote instruction right after spring break. So this is not something new to us, but we have to make the best out of it, and so everybody benefits and learns. The goal, of course, is always that success, right? But if we skip learning about syllabus and expectations, we run into issues. And if we don't know something, doesn't mean we should miss it or something, or we're not going to be accountable for it. No. Tutoring, the Math Success Center offers online tutoring, and if you were in, let's say, previous course, whether it's college algebra or intermediate algebra, you're probably already in this course, non-credit course for online Math Success Center. And if you're in it, then you don't need to do anything, all right? Okay. So what else? If you are new, you should be getting an invitation in web courses. You see it on top there, to enroll in it. You accept it, then you're able to interact with the learning assistants or the tutors. If for some reason you don't see it or nothing, then you should contact the Math Lab and they'll send you a link for it. This is a general education program course, so it is important. It's a foundation course. There are many JP courses, and they're for your foundation. And the foundation, if we say for a house, a foundation, you can't build a house without a foundation, right? Even a skyscraper, you can't build it without a foundation. So this is a foundation course, so we need to be doing well in it, so everything that comes after it, we're ready for. The course goals are these. The Math Foundation overall, its outcome is this one. And of course, when you read through this, you're gonna, read and understand everything going on with it. The learning outcomes for the coursing details, what we're supposed to learn. And the course materials, you have an access code to Alex. It should be around $40 for this semester. We worked hard to get it down from 160. First time I taught college algebra I think for summer it was 2014, right? Around that time, and it was 160. So we do the best we can to bring down the cost, but in the same time, keep the same quality and the same level of rigor and everything that we need. So in the video that you'll have in the module, you will see how to enroll and how to, once you start here, if you watch this video, and when you use this link, you will follow kind of the instructions of the video. It's just one step after the other until you create your account. You can purchase the access code from there or use this temporary code. It's called the financial code or a temporary code. And this code will allow you to access and use Alex for a few weeks until you get the funds and buy the code. Right. So there isn't much other than getting a notebook and keeping your notes together. So and if use a calculator, we usually recommend a scientific calculator for this. Previously, we use a one-line calculator, which is a TI-3XA, but now you can use your own calculator. Right? We're running some issues with the platforms we use with the Safari. So if you're using Safari and something is not working, that's because it may not be compatible, and you need to switch the browser. So I would recommend for the course is just to use Google Chrome or Firefox from the beginning, right? And this way you'll avoid many issues with these platforms. So we have a few things here. So let's talk about some of the grading. The weekly objectives like homework, it's adaptive homework. I talked about it on the first video. And it is the main playground. It's the main practice area. And you want to go into practice, you want to do that on time and finish it in time. And so you can read all these notes. One lowest score is dropped. However, because it's adaptive homework, even though one lowest score is dropped, but whatever is in it is not going to be like skipped. It will stay in the pie for you to learn. So the best practice is just to get an objective done before it's due. Alex Pie, so as you're building these homeworks or these adaptive homeworks or weekly objectives, you're building the pie, right? But in the same time, you're gonna get knowledge checks to reassess. So if you watch the first video, you'll see that we're going to do some assessments by the system will do them for that repetition and to see if we forgot something or not, and it will help us advance and in the same time revisit. So with these, some of the topics may go back into the pie. So as you're building your objectives, you also need to watch for the pie. And the last day should be the July 31st, but I will keep it open until August 1st, 5 p.m. This way, when you do a final assessment, if there is something else you need to work on the pie, you can do that if you want to. All right, so the objectives, you work on it. We'll see it in Alex. If you finish it ahead of time, you start the next one, and so forth, all right? For the Alex Pie, this is just something, as you work on the objectives, you're building the objectives. When your objectives are done, now you have, what is it that's left for the pie? So this is why it's important to keep track So at that point, you need to have just a little bit left because of how the summer B works. So you can work on it and catch up. And I'll explain this a little more in Alex. For the class activities, they're like quizzes, but done in a certain way. So our purpose here is to practice and learn through the practice, right? So the quizzes, you have 7 attempts for each one. May not use all of the 7, but if you need to use all the 7, that's fine. The way it should work with the quiz is you open it, you do this 6, 7, whatever questions in it, you submit. Then you see what the correct answers, if some are correct or not. And that shows you what you know at that point. Then you go into the modules. So let's go back to modules. And we have a notes module. And every class activity has its notes. You open this, it has the sequence of questions, they're solved, they're written notes. This is type of questions. This is the key for this one, and this is the written notes. All right. And I would recommend you follow these notes and you write them. So just the same way they're written here, you should do your own. This way you're practicing and you're learning through these notes. All right. So once you do these, you go back to the class activity and use your notes now to do the class activity for a second time. And whatever questions you missed are the ones you're going to retake. And you retake these questions. So the goal is to reach 100% on these. They are not times. There is nothing in this course now that is timed, right? Like for an hour or 15 minutes or something like that. But there is due dates, right? There is a close date and time. We have to stay on track because some will be short. So a class activity will be open for 2 days. That's a long time for something that can be done in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that, or 15 minutes, depends. So if that's the idea, keep that in mind. If that's the idea, why should I wait until an hour before it's due, and now I'm trying to figure out and there is a rush? That's not going to help learning, right? And that's not how we're always going to say that math is not my thing, because if we stay away from it until we get stressed with it, then it's gonna, we're not gonna change that status. We need to change it. The way we change it is we're gonna give it time and we're gonna tackle it, and we're gonna give ourselves time to do it. So log in early enough, try it, check the notes, write your notes, try it again, 100% done, go back to the objectives, right? So some days you may even have objective and a class activity due, right? So everything is going to be a planning here. There is nothing that's timed. So the only stress thing that's going to happen is summer B. It's short, it's compact, there are some deadlines. All right, so what else? Assign knowledge checks. So the Alex system will give you knowledge checks each time. There is a track, and that's something I check. If you don't get one, you should let me know. After you do about 20 topics, you should get one. If not, let me know, or I will assign you one automatically. Because we need to, for that spaced repetition I talked about and reviews we talked about in video 1, in that first video. So the 2 assessments we have, official assessments kinda, we don't have any proctor tests or tests, are these 2 things here that are 5 points. The midterm one on the 12th, it will be open before the 12th. So if you're ready, you should attempt it before the 12th. And the comprehensive, which is due on the 31st. All right. So these, the way they work, they're going to be the same thing. Just like that initial knowledge you're going to take on that first day you access Alex, They're going to be almost the same thing. So you're not going to panic, you know, don't panic if you see, now Alex is asking you questions that probably you haven't done yet. Yes, he will ask you from your progress, and he's going to ask you from future questions. Why? Because we set the goal to 50% at that point. If it's set to 50% at that point, it means this. Internally, if you answer 40% correct, your score, Alex will give 80% as your grade for this one, right? So you don't need to worry about this. All you need to worry about is collecting your notes, keep track of what you're learning and all that. So when you get to this, you achieve it, you should be, if at this point you take it, even if you've seen things you haven't done yet, but if you demonstrate, you know, half of it correctly, you get 100%, right? And same thing here. At the end, if at that assessment, you know, 90% of it, you get 100% on it, right? If you know less, then it just gets calculated. So that's, this is it. It's pretty straightforward, it's simple, and there are some notes here, please to read. And as you see, the objectives, and they have the due dates, and these due dates are just like, I did the best I can to, because we usually use 14 objectives, and to compact them and summarize them into 12, which is, because we're 6 weeks, the best we can is consider one as 2 and becomes 12. And so they have to be spaced around this, but it's still a pretty decent work. It's still logging in and getting things done every day. This is not a semester in which there is flexible time, like I'm gonna log in, today's Monday, it's final login on Sunday. Then the course is out, right? It's not gonna work for you. This is something, today is Monday, I'm logging in Monday and get something done, right? Tuesday, same thing, right? If you do that, you're gonna be on track. You have control of everything here. As you see this gradient, tell me what you don't have control of. Nothing. All you have control of everything here, right? So there is nothing here that that says, hey, you know, even these assessments, although Alex is going to test you through the pie, you know, if you've done them, you write your notes, you keep track of your notes, you're going to recognize these questions, right? You're going to know how to work these questions, because that's the purpose. Our purpose from this course is you become kind of independent and in charge, not, you know. And if, you know, if somebody tells me, yeah, now Alex asked me everything in it I've never seen, then, you know, of course, then what it means, you haven't done it, right? So keep the record of it, and let me know if you have questions. It's a straightforward course. The final grades are A, B, and C, and NC, and F. The only one that you may not be familiar with is NC. It usually takes the place of D, but for us, we have a bigger range. For NC, it's no credit. It does not affect GPA, but yeah, you should, you know, check more about it on UCF site. So the passing grades are A, B, and C. Non-passing grades are NC and F. The difference between NC and F is F affects GPA, NC does not affect GPA. Please email me through web courses. This way I get your information. If you don't follow this policy here. Academic integrity is a line. It's going to be, of course, enforced throughout the semester, and make sure you know what you're supposed to do and not do, and all that. Whether it's this course or other courses, you know, make sure you know that. It's very easy to do some small mistake that's gonna mess up this thing, right? So make sure you know your UCF creed and stay with the honesty and all that. All right. The accessibility statement, of course, if you let me know if there is anything I can help you with. These are the information if you want to contact student accessibility services, and let me know, of course, if there is anything I can help you with. And of course, if you sign up, I should get a letter as a confirmation from them, but you should still contact me, so we keep the communication good and correct. You may not be on campus, but if for some reason campus opens, you need to comply with this for your safety and others campus safety statement. Of course, there are some other new statements for COVID-19 and all that, so you need to track and check UCF website. If you're deployed or inactive military student, or so you need to contact me if there is anything that we need to work on. FERPA, you need to know your rights about it and Turnitin. We don't have any assignment in this course now that we use Turnitin, but we put it here so in case we use it. And I used it in some semesters. Zoom tips here, please keep these when we use Zoom for some